I think the overall objective was to just get better as an organization. The skills that all of us collectively bring to the table are, kind of individual skill sets that definitely contribute to the overall success of a business. But what Carolyn does is she kind of ties everyone together, from the human aspect of things. First of all, Carolyn's full of energy, a very positive person. So that's like immediately noticeable when she came in to meet with us. So that was, for me, a very good first impression. And then just how she really asks questions in terms of, why are you thinking this way? Like how can we kind of step outside for a minute and see more objectively like what's happening, right? And so she just has the ability to ask the right questions of us. And, these are questions that we don't normally have asked of us as managers. And so she's able to kind of really, get down to, what our biases are and why, and trying to, work on changing our point of view. The training was a series of individual meetings. We had a couple group sessions in there as well, but the individual meetings were very much about, talking about our challenges, talking about our successes, and, really how to, relate to not only the direct reports that we have, but also relate to the stakeholders that we report to. So, like for me, it really helped kind of understand where I fit in the organization, and really a better way to communicate what I'm doing on a daily basis. So I think with any organization, communication is definitely probably at the top. And so I think we all get tied up doing our daily tasks and, meetings and this and that, and we don't necessarily communicate, to our direct reports or to any stakeholders involved in terms of, what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so she was able to really, work with us so that we could explain better and communicate better with each other. And, how she did that was, she set up daily meetings, so they're just 10-minute meetings, so that we can spend time together and really kind of open those lines of communication rather than everyone kind of, doing their own thing and there's no real cohesion there. And so those were really like what she brought to the table. How it works in an organization is that you have to be able to relate to everybody. You have to understand what they're going through, what their challenges are, and hopefully they too can understand your challenges, so that when you're speaking with someone, you have that ability to gauge, how to communicate with them. And so I think that's very important, is instead of just coming to someone and saying, I need this, this, and this, maybe ask them how they're doing and kind of get an understanding of what their day is like, what their challenges are, and, it builds that rapport. Emotional intelligence and, results in terms of financial or, being successful as an organization, they definitely relate, because the morale of the overall company. So if there is a non-personal touch to it, people are just kind of coming in to do their job and they're gone, right? And so, by having relationships, you definitely build that rapport with people, and all of a sudden, they're happier, they're more willing to, come in with a better attitude, do better work, it shows in their communication. So it kind of builds from there almost, is like laying that foundation is essential. Carolyn has a unique approach. So, she won't just kind of talk about sugar-coated sort of topics. She'll really push you to come out of your comfort zone and really ask yourself, why am I thinking like that? And why do I feel like that? And what am I feeling now? And so, there's no one that's going to do that. There's no one that's going to challenge you like that within your organization, because they'll feel that, oh, I'm pushing them too much. As a third party, Carolyn can do that. And so that's the value that she brings. There's certainly been a major transition for myself, certainly. I think the organization is still changing for sure. For myself, I think that I didn't know where I was going. I was kind of floating, and I kind of didn't know, who I was reporting to, and how that works. And she really helped me understand, okay, well, this is why you need to share the information, and this is who you report to and why. And it really helped me understand my role in the organization and where I can go if I stay on this track and start to really understand the emotions that I have and how to really understand my thinking at a better level. She's certainly made my job easier in that I now have stronger relationships with those that I report to. And so I feel just more comfortable, in my role. I feel that I do have support now. And, through the process, everyone kind of is getting to understand each other's unique daily challenges. And so having that rapport and that support is a big deal. I think Carolyn's honesty and positivity definitely are the benefits of working with her. Is she's just going to call it what it is, and she won't hold back. And I think that's what people need. Is like where I scored relatively low was reality testing, and she really pushed me on that part, is to really say, well, why, and ask those hard questions. So I think her approach is very unique, that she will help you achieve things that you didn't think you could by getting out of your comfort zone. Carolyn's made such an impact on my career and where I'm going, and I see the impact that she's making on our organization here. So I would certainly recommend her for every organization out there, whether it's small or large. This is just not support that you're going to get from your standard HR person. Are you ready for change? And are you willing to accept the challenge that Carolyn will give you? And that's what you have to ask yourself. Can you get better? And Carolyn will make you better.